Good evening, folks, and welcome to the frozen northern wastes of Anchorage, Alaska here for a West Coast matchup in the SFLm Week 5 here between the San Diego Aces and the Anchorage Wolves. I'm Brandon Walters. Joining me in the booth tonight is DJ Kilgannon. DJ, it's nice to have you here. We got two 2-2 teams matching up tonight in Week 5. This could be a big game for those upcoming playoffs. You know, they're just starting to crest over the horizon here. How are you looking at this matchup tonight?
I'm super excited to be watching it. Both of these teams coming off of two very close games. San Diego in their last one narrowly winning over the New York Gargoyles, who haven't got a win yet this season. Anchorage on the other side narrowly losing in a loss to the former champ San Jose Flight. But if you go back a couple weeks, you saw that loss San Jose had to San Diego by a score of about a 48-point differential of around that. And it was a rough loss. So I'm curious to see how these two teams will match up considering that outlying game.
Well, the Aces are going to have the ball first here as we get things underway in Anchorage. Kick brought up to about the 28-yard line by Jacobs and tackled there, and that will bring out this San Diego Aces offense helmed by quarterback Dakota West. West had a fiery start to the season, but has really got things under control the last 2 weeks, really leading this team to victory. First down and 10 for this Aces offense as they send a tight end in motion across the line. 3 to the right side, 1 in the backfield. They'll hand off left side there and brought down in the backfield immediately. Not much room there. Good tackle by number 54. That's Zachary Babineau, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, he's been all over the place, had some time in Philadelphia last SFLm season where he was a part of that fantastic linebacking core. And he's really, really talented when it comes to stopping the run.
Makes up 1 of 3 here in the Wolves backfield as they'll go pass on second down. Wide open over the middle, caught for the first down. And a nice reception there for the tight end, Goose Busters, also from Philadelphia last season. And he's had a good start to the season so far.
Yeah, and you know that's something that's going to happen when you're playing your linebackers shallow, trying to put them in positions where they can stop the run and maybe blitz the quarterback a little bit. We saw them bring a little bit of extra pressure there, and that's what opened up Goose Busters so openly in that second level.
First and 10, seeing a similar formation to their last first down, going for Busters over the middle again, but that time it was tight coverage, and the tight end couldn't haul that one in. We'll walk you through that Aces offensive lineup real quick. Quarterback Dakota West, halfbacks Calum Rex and Richard Powers, wide receivers Angel Maldonado, Hunter Jacobs, Terry Money, and Nick Fritchley. The tight end Goose Busters, as we mentioned, and then 3 offensive linemen, Queen Porter and Jackson Barrito as the tackles, and the guard Bruce White as West. Oh, that time, but that time ran out. Taking a sack in the backfield there. It's going to set up a long 3rd and 13, and big hit there by number 95 on the defensive line, Colston Weatherington.
Yeah, him and Jad McPherson getting to the quarterback, took a pair of them to wrangle down Dakota West, 6'8" in the pocket, like the Statue of Liberty out there, tall and mighty that time. Just got to get the ball off quicker.
West looking right side. It was open. Busters had it in his hands and put it on the turf. And you can see him slap the ground in frustration there, DJ. He knows he's got to do better with that kind of an open chance.
Yeah, I mean, that time it looked like he did have wings for hands. That one, you just got to try and haul that one in, especially your big tight end. In those spots, you got to be able to pull those. But, it started off the drive pretty hot and seemed to stall. That sack kind of shaking up their offense a little bit. But now your defense got to go on the field, do what they do.
They might have been a little distracted. Someone, throwing breadcrumbs out on the sideline there for Anchorage. It's all about the mind games at this level, DJ.
I love it. I love it.
Punt brought out to the 28-yard line, and Anchorage is going to have their first offensive opportunity of the night. And Miko Pajak, we've seen him so far this season. He's not afraid to sling the rock, DJ.
No, definitely not. He stays strong in pockets. He breaks sacks like few I've ever seen.
Pajak will pitch it out on the first down. On Tim breaking the tackle, and a lot of effort there just to get the 1-yard tackle by Wiley.
And another thing to mention about this Anchorage offense is they are very unorthodox when it comes to the run. A lot of tosses, a lot of draws, a lot of unorthodox formations in their backfield that they use to run out of.
It's not something we see a lot, especially not in the major leagues either. So Pajak there on the second down, looking to the right side there, had the one-on-one matchup, but Kevin Parker cannot bring that one. It's tight coverage from Ness Genkel.
Yeah, Genkel completely locked that one up. Playing down from Pittsburgh as a development player, and is a very solid piece in this San Diego secondary.
Yeah, definitely. She is one of the brighter stars at cornerback in the minor leagues here. 3rd and 9 now for Pajak. He'll send wide receiver in motion. That is number 10, Kevin Parker, who was targeted on that last play. Sets up a 2-by-2 look here. San Diego brings the pressure there. Pajak shakes one, but can't shake two. And brought down in the backfield. Huge sack there for Odette Boudreau, who's had a great season up in the majors at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we talked about how good Pajak is at breaking the first hit, and he did, but it set it up perfectly for Boudreau to just lay a very devastating hit. You're not going to be able to break that when someone that big is landing on you, my goodness.
It's like the shake and bake, you shake the first one, and then the second one bakes you into the turf. As there goes the punt.
You got to be happy to see that if you're the defensive coordinator, right? Because, and that they only brought one extra blitzer, which went right up the middle, and both of your edge rushers were the ones who got through. They beat the tackles on the outside and inside.
And we got to feel especially good considering that's a four-man contracted line there for Anchorage. So if you can get pressure with only 5 rushers, you're really, making money there. As San Diego gets their second chance of the night so far on the 35-yard line. They'll send one of their receivers in motion, number 19. That's Terry Money to the left side. 2 tight end look. We've seen that a lot from San Diego tonight. And Busters gets another catch there, and we'll pick up 6 yards. They're really leaning on the tight ends early, DJ.
They are, and I don't blame them. We saw that coverage again where Anchorage is just putting so many bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and they're bringing them down as extra blitzers. Here they're doing it again with the 4-3 package, but they're farther off the line now than they were previously.
It's also nice to consider that they're kind of light in the secondary, DJ. Only 2 corners and 1 safety in this defense. So if you're going to get aggressive, that's probably where your strength is going to be here, is they'll run it on the second down and trying to find a bit of room there on the right side, pushing towards that first down marker, Caleb Rex, just about a yard short. We'll walk you through that defense for the Anchorage Wolves. On the line, Jad McPherson and Finn Steele. Linebackers, Bobby Green, Duncan Onham, and Zachary Babineau, who we mentioned earlier. Corners, Julian Gasca and Eric Belmont, and the lone safety is Spider Webb. 3rd and 1 here, almost certainly going to run it up the middle. They'll pull 2 of the guards there, but swamped in the backfield and brought down. Richard Powers could not make anything happen there. And it was a good tackle by number 41. That's Terrence Newman.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a counter run there. You had the 2 guards pulling from that right side, like you mentioned, and it looked like the running back faked that way, cut back to the left, and those 2 pulling guards left enough room for the secondary of Anchorage, who were playing run support all the way, to shoot through the gaps that they had previously left and just completely blew it up.
And that's the risk with those slow developing run plays. You're relying on those offensive linemen to get off the blocks and run all the way to the other side of the line there. And it doesn't always work out for you. The punt by Murphy a little bit short, and Anchorage will take over on their own 29-yard line. It's been a cagey game so far, DJ. We've seen a little bit from both of these teams, but not too much just yet. First and 10. Parker will move in motion again. They love motioning him around the formation, using him potentially to try and diagnose some of these play coverages that San Diego is drawing up. 3-man rush there. Still gets into the middle there, but a nice throw. And Pajak finds his target. That's Joey Hightower, the wide receiver there, with a nice catch for the first down.
Yeah, really tight throw through the coverage. I don't think we're going to get another look at that one, but there was a linebacker there who was trying to make a play on the ball, but Pajak did a really nice job of being able to air it out just above his head, loft it over the big linebacker, and land it right into the hands of his receiver.
It's surprising to see San Diego drop into a 3-man pressure there on the 1st and 10. They were expecting the pass there. Tim with the pitch on the left side had all kinds of room, and will pick up a pretty easy 9 yards, all things considered. And, I think that's really, how Anchorage likes to attack these teams, DJ. It's all about spreading the field.
Yeah, they love that offset toss to the strong side. They love it. They love it. They go to it so many times, and it works more often than not with Aunt Tim.
Oh, quarterback sneak there. Pajak picks up the first down. And, you know, we've seen that a lot more in the major leagues and now in the minor leagues as the weeks have gone on. You know, it feels like teams are a little bit more emboldened to sprinkle these quarterback sneaks into their playbook.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about you. I love it. Letting the captain of your offense get down and dirty with those big guys in the middle.
Oh, yeah, no, we make Ethan Flowers do a lot of that dirty work, that's for sure. As Tim with the pitch on the right side, great block, setting up, breaks the tackle. It can't shake Boudreaux. I mean, great job there from the defensive lineman to get all the way across the field and the formation to make a potentially touchdown-saving tackle. You know, DJ, those blocks set up beautifully.
Yeah, every single wide receiver playing on that edge held their blocks long enough for the play to completely develop. Then you even see Kevin Parker and Joey Hightower follow on Tim further downfield, lay 2 blocks, which gained another 5-7 yards.
Oh, it's great. Hightower in particular with great commitment there to stick with that play as they'll go straight back to it. Osmosis on the left side there. And again, the blocks hold up nicely. Taken down by 2 of the linebackers after a gain of 5. We'll walk you through that San Diego defense real quick. On the line, Odette Boudreaux's got the sack already alongside Pat Redding. Linebackers Seth Berlin, Qualtson Yolia, and Horizon Breeze. The corners, Andre Brown and Ness Genkel. And the 2 safeties, Eaton Moss and Dondes Talacarne. A more fully staffed defensive backfield compared to this Anchorage team. Is Tim in the fullback position there, pushing up the field. Haven't seen any Chevy Monte Carlo yet, but so far it doesn't look like we really need him all that much.
Yeah, Aunt Tim is just a unit when it comes to running the ball. We saw the speed and quickness on that pitch earlier. He's so fast about getting around the edge on those runs, but he is not afraid to lower the shoulder and run someone over in the middle.
3 down linemen here for San Diego. They'll go right up the middle with Osmosis, who picks up an easy 4 yards. And feels like Anchorage's offensive line's really just opening up these great opportunities. You know, with the 4-man offensive line they've got, they're able to really open the lanes.
Yeah, it's something not a whole lot of offenses down here in the minor league can say, but the Wolves made sure to load up on their wolf pack up front.
Tim again from that fullback position, right up the middle, breaking the tackle, left side, pushing in, touchdown, opening the account for the night. Aunt Tim with a great fullback run, and Anchorage strikes first here at home.
Looked so sketchy there for a minute, broke off a tackle, and then you hurtle over just a swarm of San Diego Aces on your way to the end zone, and that's just such an electrifying run. It looked dead to rights, 2, 3, 4 yards past the line of scrimmage, but Aunt Tim is an electrifying enough player to be able to bounce that one a little further.
I mean, talk about the body strength, DJ. You know, to get that touchdown, you got to drag Qualtson Yolia, one of the, you know, a linebacker for a championship-winning team, all the way into the end zone. That takes some guts there as he's waving to the camera. First of the night is what he's saying. Good touchdown there.
Running the ball a lot to start this game. I mean, it seems like that's their game plan going into it. And we've seen these games from Anchorage in the past where they rely on the run game a lot. They have a very solid 2-man punch back there, and Monte Carlo to lay out some blocks when they need them to. So, and in those games where they run a lot, they tend to stick close or win. So, if you're San Diego, you got to learn to stop it early.
Well, and it feels like a team that really, you know, is flexible enough to hit you in a multitude of ways, DJ. You got the running game, which you mentioned, but you've also got, you know, Pajak is no slouch behind that offensive line, and he's got all kinds of weapons he can throw it to. So really, it's a team that's got threat through the air and on the ground, and that's, you know, that double punch is what makes a team truly a potential championship challenger. San Diego looking to answer back away from home. 1st and 10. They'll drop into the pass. West finds Busters wide open. First down. And I mean, you know, for a tight end with a pretty big frame, he's quite shifty.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got a nice cut to his route, if you will. Able to move on a dime. Got quick hips, and those quick hips are what got him open on that one. You know, it was pretty blanket coverage from the defensive back until that cut was made, and then there was a good 3-4 yards of separation from Goose.
It's the kind of tight end that teams look for, you know, that combination of the size with the agility and the intelligence to make those kind of plays.
Gosh.
Babineau goes flying there trying to get the interception. I think we're going to get a defensive pass interference call here on Anchorage, and we will. There was a lot of traffic there.
I hope we get to see that again just to see this dolphin fly out of water.
Oh yeah, Julian Gasca's got
Yeah.
hands all over Goosebusters a little early there, but I mean, talk about the commitment from
Heck
Babineau.
yeah. That would have been rough if he did pick that off. That's one that would have that would have really sucked. But
Oh
maybe
yeah.
Gasca thinks he's still within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Maybe that's why he got a little physical. Maybe just past that mark is what caused that flag.
It's also just how you deal with these tight ends. You know, you got to try and jam them at the line. Good pitch there to the right side. All kinds of room. Caleb Rex chased by Babineau out of bounds there. And the Aces finding some room for the first time tonight. That's a great pitch there to that weak side. There was nothing guarding the back door there for Anchorage.
Yeah, terrific play call. We've seen Anchorage load up the middle of their defense and the strong side of the defense so much that a pitch to the side they aren't expecting was a very well-written play call there. And, I mean, the play call itself is what caused that run to get so free and open.
The offset eye here again for San Diego. They'll send a man in motion. That's Terry Money again. Seems like both these teams have one of their receivers they like to use as the motion man. Bringing pressure again from Anchorage. Stiff arm. And a nice catch there by Nick Fritchley. And, you know, sometimes, you know, as a wide receiver, you've just got to get down in the trenches and put an arm into your cornerback and get those couple of yards.
Yeah, you do. And we see a throw not to Goosebusters that time, but staying in the middle of the field is this San Diego offense.
Look at Babineau creeping up on the line there, trying to bring all kinds of pressures. That run from Rex doesn't really get to go anywhere. A nice tackle again by Weatherington. Shuts that one down and will force a 3rd and 5. And it does feel like Anchorage is really focusing on the pressure defensively, DJ.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to help when they run like that. We saw Weatherington break off his block early, and another linebacker came in, helped clean it up. Whenever you do that and they pass over the middle, it's going to hurt you.
Crowd behind the home team here. Oh, Rex tried to put the stiff arm into Babineau, but the defender drags him down just short of that first down mark. And he says, no, no, no. Gives him the Matumbo finger wave there. 4th down and 1 now for San Diego. They'll have to bring out the field goal unit.
Talk about a sideline to sideline backer, right? Babineau quick enough, reads the play, able to get out there and make a tackle just a yard short on that little swing pass. We saw Babineau be the one to chase down Caleb Rex on that long pitch run earlier, and I mean we saw him diving out of the water earlier. He is really showing out in that drive alone.
He's got a lot of energy to burn, DJ. He ate way too much sugar before the game, so he's got to try and work it all out on the field here.
I get it.
Field goal tacked on by the only rookie kicker in the minor leagues this season, Josh Gint. Will make it 7-3 here. Anchorage still holding the lead, but that's a good answer from San Diego, DJ.
Yeah, it is, and points are points, right? I mean, you let off a score, but you come back and at least you get some points going the other way. Now, if you're San Diego, you just gotta, figure out how to stop this run attack from Anchorage right now, because it was completely carving up your defense, and the more they run it, the more tired the defense is going to get, which is going to make running the ball easier, right? And I mean, that's what's going to happen when you have multiple backs in the backfield.
It's the self-fulfilling prophecies. Paycheck will go to the pass there on the first down, and a great route run on the inside there. Joey Hightower with his, I think, first catch of the night there, and a good route run. We'll walk you through that Anchorage offense, actually. I realize we haven't done that yet. Mikael Pajak is the quarterback. John Osmosis on Tim. We're at the end of the first quarter. They're cutting into my reads. At the end of one here, Anchorage leading San Diego 7-3. We'll be right back with you. Welcome back to Alaska here, the frozen northern wastes, the final frontier of America. Brandon Walters alongside DJ Kilgannon in the booth with you tonight. Anchorage leading 7-3 at home at the moment there as they go to the quarterback sneak again. Pajak with pay dirt and all kinds of room there. Easy first down.
Really liking this QB sneak from Pajak as they go to it again on a down and one situation, and that time a great slide. I mean, had defenders dipping and diving all over him.
1st and 10 for Anchorage. They'll pitch to that left side there. Had some room, but it closed up quickly there. A nice job by Breeze, number 56, Horizon Breeze. A good job there by the linebacker to shut that one down quick. No gain.
Yeah, if you're San Diego, you know Anchorage likes to run this unorthodox type of running. You got to have someone underneath watching those pitches just to play underneath of the receivers and be able to shoot just like we saw Breeze do.
Pajak dumping it off right side. Osmosis shakes one, but is forced out of bounds there. And the coverage by number 29, just enough to force him out of bounds. That's Brian Williams, the cornerback. We'll finish off the read of that Anchorage offense for you. Halfbacks, John Osmosis and Ant Tim. Fullback, Chevy Monte Carlo, yet to make an appearance tonight. Kevin Parker, Joey Hightower, Elliot Pope Jr., and Bobby Tarantino, your wideouts. Sanj Singh is the lone tight end, and a four-man offensive line with Jackie Jones, Jess Fullerton, Galarza, Rose Steele, and Demon Pickle there as the third down deep shot is knocked down by number 25, Ness Genkel.
Yeah, and you know, Anchorage has seemed to stop sending as much pressure on the middle of that offensive line from their linebackers, or excuse me, San Diego, right? I mean, it seems like they're sitting back a little bit more, which on that drive forced Anchorage to throw short. We saw it a few times, and then once they did have to throw it deep, they were playing far back enough, playing well defensively, that it was almost a gimme that they'd be able to stop it.
Punt from Trace Welsh brought up to the 24-yard line. That is where the Aces will take over for their first drive of the quarter. And it's a tight one so far tonight. You know, 7-3. This game is still everything to play for here. Dakota West, we haven't seen too much from him so far tonight, you know, and for a quarterback who was in the minors last season with Boston, you know, trying to now lead this San Diego team to the playoffs, you got to try and see him really carry this offense a little bit more. We'll go with the draw. First down here. Rex brings it up 6 yards, and we'll set up a 2nd and 4. He's had a good night so far. You know, he's broken off a couple of those big runs, but really been consistent so far tonight in getting the yards.
Yeah, for sure. It seems to be whenever Anchorage doesn't bring those extra few blitzers and pack the box that Caleb Rex is really doing successful in the run game.
They sit on the sides there on the defense, and they'll go up the right side there. There's a flag on the play. We'll have to see if this comes back, but it's a great run by Richard Powers. Babineau again is the one who has to chase him down there. He's been doing all the work tonight, and it comes back. And if you're Richard Powers, you've got to be a little bit irritated. Your first touch of the night goes for a huge gain on the ground, and then it's called back courtesy of your fullback, Jim Kleinsasser.
Yeah, definitely going to be a slap on the wrist, and you see the push in the back there while he's not looking. And if you ask me, I say let him play, but I won't dwell on that too much.
There's a little bit of home cooking, DJ, you know. Sometimes
I didn't say it.
You know, I did. That's why I'm here.
That.
I'm here so I can say the things that you can't. That's what we do. We're a team. As they'll hand it off here on the first down there, and Rex will pick up a good chunk of that yardage back, but still going to be set up in a 3rd and 14 long distance type of play here. And yeah, that really is the kind of drive kneecapper that can happen when you get those penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just demoralizing, especially after what was such a great run. If it would have been a 2 or 3 yard run that got called back, wouldn't have hurt as much.
West will go to the air here, looking to that right side. Busters gets a tackle and gets the first down. Oh, what a play by the tight end, who has been the only real source of passing attack so far tonight for this Aces offense. But still, Anchorage has not been able to adjust.
Yeah, who are you going to call when you need a catch? It seems to be Goose Busters. 4 receptions, just shy of 60, and they put the full brunt of their offensive attack up to this point on his shoulders, and he puts that medal on his chest and stands tall. That play completely in his favor. West threw a risky throw, and Goose just made a play.
You know what they say, what's good for the Goose is good for the Aces.
That's right.
First down and 10 at midfield here already, and this drive all of a sudden has all kinds of life in it as Rex will take the pitch 6 yards up the middle and really feels like they're grinding out these yards right now. The linebackers are so quick to get to the ball, but then it feels like it's really that contest of momentum, DJ.
Yeah, and Caleb Rex is the type of running back to where when momentum is in his favor, he will succeed and just run over anyone in front of him.
Anchorage bringing the guys down to the sides again, and they'll run up the middle. And that time, Powers just doesn't have as much room. A nice tackle by Bobby Green, the inside linebacker.
Yeah, Bobby Green is one of the best young linebackers in the SFLm right now. And not, I mean, to harp on Zachary Babineau, he's been all over the place. Anchorage, a very, very stout linebacking core, and we're seeing it right now with how quick they're getting to the ball.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see Babineau involved again here as Money moves in motion. 2 tight ends on the line, 3rd and 2. Almost certainly you got to think they're going to go up the middle here. They'll shift it to the left side. They're trying to break it back right side. Rex breaks 2 tackles, but still can't make it work there. He put in the effort for it, DJ, but unfortunately dragged down by the big man, Willie Blade, on the defensive line. 4th and 5, punt upcoming.
Yeah, I can't imagine as to why you could have made that decision. I mean, you give the handoff and you just immediately turn around and run it the other way. Either there was a defender coming around the edge that was very, very scary, or Caleb saw an ex-girlfriend in the stand that he really didn't want to see and just turned it and tucked tail and ran it the other way.
Well, it's the kind of thing that can happen sometimes. You know, you have players, sometimes, you know, they forget the call, or there's an audible that gets made at the line that's not communicated. And that's kind of the thing that we expect to see in these minor leagues, is these players kind of work out the kinks in their game and, you know, get up to that major league standard. But here it costs San Diego that chance at the first down there. And now Anchorage with the chance as Tim with the little shimmy shake and will pick up a nice chunk of yards. I thought he was dead to rights in the backfield. Instead, he'll get 8.
Yeah, like you said, what could have been a loss of 1 turned to 8. He immediately gets the pitch. 2 people, shoves one into the other, and then drags one a few extra yards. I mean, when you're running like that, what can you do as a defense?
It's going to be tough to stop that kind of running. I mean, really, both these teams so far tonight, DJ, it's been all in the run game. We've a little bit from Goosebusters in particular, but all the success really has to go to the ground game, as there's a carry for Chevy Monte Carlo, his first involvement of the evening. Will pick up a first down.
And a tough run it was, stiff-arming one of the defenders into the turf and pushing ahead for the first down. That's what your fullback is there for. Get him in a few more sets when it comes to 3rd and short, 2nd and short.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the 2 rosters, you know, San Diego doesn't have the fullback. They can't really utilize that kind of offense. And, oh, man, what a catch, Parker. A great job there by Pajak as well to really slip that one into the seam in the coverage there. And Parker gets down low to bring in the catch. Nice first down.
Yeah, that's just about trusting your receiver to make the play past the corner. It seemed like it was sort of designed, the corner was shading to the outside part of the route in case he decided to stop on a dime or cut it to the outside. And what Dakota West did was just throw it to the inside, on the inside hip of the receiver, turn around and made the play.
Handoff up the middle. Tim with all kinds of daylight will pick up. Oh, they don't give him the first down there. I'm surprised by that call. I thought for sure he would have the first down, but 2nd and inches either way. And I mean, it felt like the Red Sea parted there for Aunt Tim.
I'm sure they don't mind. And getting a replay of Bobby Tarantino pancaking one of the corners on the opposite side of the field. You can see it there. 8 carries, 63 yards for Tim, and 41 after the hit.
Whew, man, I mean, when you're racking up those kind of numbers, it's going to be tough to stop you. Past midfield already, Pajak again. With that quarterback slide, it's been automatic so far. Anchorage tonight.
Top 3 rushers in this game. Ant Tim leading the way. Caleb Rex at 2nd. And then 3rd is Ant Tim after contact.
I mean, hey, when you can get those kind of yards after contact, it's such a demoralizing effect for that defense too, DJ, you know, because you feel like you're doing the work and you're just not getting rewarded.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll send Pope Jr. in motion. Left side, 5 wideouts here for Pajak to target, all kinds of time. Catch! And there he is. Elliot Pope Jr. made the motion on the line and gets rewarded. A great catch there, and Pajak starting to show off the arm a little bit on this drive.
As they say his name and he appears. Pope Jr. hauls that one in. Oh, my goodness. What a play. The safety was coming over the top. The throw was a little bit off the mark, but Pope Jr. gets stretchy. Pulls that one in one-handed just before taking the hit from that over-the-top safety.
1st and 10 nearing the red zone at this point now. Pajak looking down the field there, had high tackle, but it bounced off the back of his shoulder pad, I think, just a little bit behind his receiver. And unfortunately for Pajak, some of the momentum is lost there. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you're not going to see that a whole lot from Hightower, coming over from Boston last season when he was one of their A and B receivers. He was one of their top 2 guys, and he was a stud last season. You're not going to see that a whole lot.
They'll throw again here. Pajak time. Oh, tried to go to the right side there. Gankel put her hands on it, but can't bring in the potential. I mean, that would have gone back for a pick 6, DJ. There's no question about that one.
Yeah, you would have just had a few offensive linemen and Pajak to outrun. And Gankel, she just got a little bit too excited. The eyes bulge out of the head just a little bit too much, and you think about celebrating the touchdown before you actually haul in the interception.
Aunt Tim playing as one of the wideouts here in this setup. They've got 4 wide receivers to that right side there. Tim putting the chop block out, giving the time. Hightower had it in his hands, and he drops it. And Pajak has got to be frustrated at this point. That's 2 good throws, not hauled in by his wide receivers on the same set of downs. And that'll force them to kick a field goal here.
Yes, 3 throws that should have been caught in a row. 2 of them by the offense, 1 by the defense, and no one makes it up. Hightower, 2 on the same set of downs. If you had that on your bingo card, I don't believe you.
Well, you'll have to, put it behind you and move on, as the long ranger 43-yard kick by Joe Garfield is good, and that will restore Anchorage's 7-point lead. 10-3 currently the score here in the middle of the second quarter. DJ, I've got a question for you. I need you to put your thinking cap on for this one. How many likes do you think we've got right now on this video, DJ?
Not a lot.
Not enough is the real question. The real answer, I should say. If you're watching right now and you're enjoying the stream, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing and helping us out. We really appreciate all the support. Thank you to everyone here in the chat tonight. We got a lot of the major league stalwarts here tonight. Mark Lopez, Bo Martin Jr., Ryan Davis, head coach of these Anchorage Wolves, is here, as well as Dundas Telecarne for the Aces. We've got everyone here in the chat. We love the support, and we thank you very much for being here tonight with us, as San Diego will attempt to answer the score here from Anchorage. 2:29 left in this first half. Dakota West on the quick drop. Busters has really been the safety valve here tonight for this San Diego offense, and they'll keep it moving with a 7-yard catch. Yeah,
again, going to Goose over the middle. It seems like they're living in that area of the field right now. I mean, not enough likes, not a lot.
It's okay. It's okay, DJ. We're in the minor leagues right now. We're allowed to make mistakes, just like the players on the field,
That's right.
It's all about shaking the rust off. At least you didn't mess up calls in the major leagues like I did this season. As we reach the 2-minute warning here in this one, we'll be right back with you in just a moment. Oh, man, we're having a fun one tonight, folks. Welcome back to Anchorage. Brandon Walters alongside DJ Kilgannon in the booth tonight, messing things up as we usually do. 2nd down and 3 to go here, and Anchorage keeps bringing that side pressure, DJ. They love to drop those linebackers in close to the line on the sides there to seal off those outside edges. But it really gives space up the middle, and they'll go to that counter again, and Rex trying to push up the middle there. Does not have the daylight. Coakley will bring him down. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it's so risky, especially with the scheme San Diego seems to be running. When they pass the ball, they're attacking the part of the field that you're literally leaving weak. And yet they continue to do it.
Well, so far it's working for them.
They
have the lead. Oh, that one tip. Brought in a juggling act there. The circus comes to town here in Anchorage, and it's brought in by Webb for the interception there for Anchorage. A big play by the free safety, Spider Webb.
Yeah, hot potato, bounces off 3 men before it lands in the web of the Spider as he hauls that one in. What a play there. The Apex Predator taking that one back the other way for the Wolfpack.
That sound you hear in the distance is every other minor league team investing more in their juggling machines.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is exactly why you run those kind of tip drills,
That's
DJ. Right. You got to be able to bring in those opportunities when you get them there. A great play by the rookie free safety. One of the least experienced players on this defense.
Yeah.
Pajak 1st down, getting aggressive here. Hightower bringing that one in, trying to atone for that last drive, and that's a good way to do it there with a quick 15-20 yard catch there You know, they've still got a chance to score points here. They've got all their timeouts. There's a minute left on the clock here in the half. They could definitely go down and get at least another field goal.
Yeah, he was certainly atoning for mistakes there. I mean, he ran the hitch. You saw him stand. He made sure he had that one before he turned and took off and run.
Oh yeah, no time to think about anything other than the catch there, as Tim will get about 5. Timeout called by the Wolves. That's their first of the half here, and interesting to see them still mixing in this run even though there's only a minute left in the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, your rushing attack has been what has been your pay dirt, so I really don't blame them a whole lot. But maybe, you know, try, especially with where they are on the field, but maybe try and get a few downfield.
Ajak throwing again over the middle. Sanj Singh getting his first catch of the game. The big tight end there will pick up a first down. Second timeout called by Anchorage. And now you got to think they're within Joe Garfield's field goal range. So maybe you might try and get even more aggressive and really shoot for that 7 points.
Yeah, and if you ask me, I think you do. I mean, you're already up in the game. I see no point in not trying to push your lead a little bit further with another touchdown.
Ajak will throw. San Diego brought the pressure there. And Parker was trying that little out route left side there and just brought down immediately. No chance really to bring that one in.
Andre Brown, the former SFLm Season 10 defensive rookie of that season, showing up big his second rookie season, coming over from New York. Makes a huge play. Tremendous coverage to bat that one out.
Oh, yeah. You got to really be able to read your receiver's cuts and his hips there to be able to follow those kind of quick out routes. So good job there by Brown, as Singh will go in motion left side. 2 by 2 here. Ajak will throw. 4-man pressure. Time in the pocket. Looking left. Parker caught. First down. And the third and final timeout will be called by the Wolves here. And now you've got about 45 seconds, DJ, and you're on like, what, the 7 or 8 yard line? I mean, surely you've got to at least try and go for the end zone once here.
I'd love to see it. Maybe just a throw to the corner side and, you know, shallow right in the inside of the goal line.
You might see the pitch here. They've got that offset back set up again here as they'll move Hightower in motion. One of the corners moving with. They will throw. Ajak stands in the pressure there. Oh, it's kicked in the end zone, but not brought in. And Andre Brown had it in his hands. The chance to really swing momentum back in San Diego's favor there. Cannot capitalize.
Yeah, that's one you gotta pick off. He's good enough to make those. We saw him do it all season last season. And that would have been huge. It would have made sure Anchorage didn't get any more points. Let's see if that play scared them into the field goal. It didn't. They're going to bring Ajak out, and I'd imagine they're going to go for another shot.
Yeah, I mean, especially because any score here for Anchorage makes it a 2-score game, DJ.
Yep,
you know?
Yep.
The difference between a 1-score and a 2-score is so drastic in the terms of play calling and how you're, you know, just generally feel about the game situation. Ajak back in the end zone. Parker wide open. Touchdown, Anchorage. And a beautiful throw there from Ajak, not losing a single step there after almost throwing an interception on the previous play.
Yeah, you have so many receivers out there. You cut pass, run past the linebacker, and after that you split the far safeties. And that's just about making the concentrated catch and dragging your foot, which he did to perfection. After what could have been a turnover going the other way, turns into a huge 2-touchdown lead now for Anchorage as they soon to go into the half.
Garfield adds the extra. 17-3 here now for the home side. And you got to feel good if you're Anchorage. A 2-2 team facing another 2-2 team. I feel like there's always a little bit of mystery about, you know, if you can really establish yourself in the game, run away with things a little bit there. All of a sudden, you've got that winning record at the end of the game. Yeah. And you really feel that confidence spike building. You've got to win your home games first in this league. And so far, Anchorage holding up their end of the bargain.
Yeah, absolutely. Anchorage, they defend their turf, right? You're coming into Alaska. It's a rough flight for any team. I'd argue that they have the biggest home field advantage, dare I say, of any minor league team right now. You got people coming from Cali to play from Alaska. You got New York flying all the way from New York. I mean, it's going to be a rough game playing in Alaska. We're seeing it right now, playing a little sluggish right now with San Diego.
1st and 10 now for San Diego. We'll see if they want to answer back quickly Busters moving in motion. They still like this two tight end set here. We've seen it a lot so far tonight. They will throw. West looking downfield there. Oh, it was in and out of the hand of the secondary tight end. Not sure who that was, but it's unfortunate not to really bring that one in. I think it's number 49, Jeff Kostreva, not able to bring that one in.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Would have been pretty big for getting you going and trying to push it the other way for some points, and you're just over 30 seconds. I don't know if you risk it with how Anchorage's defense has played. I mean, maybe just run out the clock is what I'd do.
Terry Money in motion again. 31 seconds left. West will go back to the air, looking down the field there. That one tipped. Should have been intercepted by Ross. You really got to bring that one in if you're Derek Ross. I mean, you're not going to get a better chance at it, but really the tip drill, it feels like, has been the point of focus tonight for Anchorage. We saw the pick from Spider Webb there in a similar situation.
Yeah, we gotta get him on that juggling machine, like you said earlier. Now, I want to see if that play scared him into running. It hasn't.
No, it has not. West, third down, finds the open man there. A good catch by number 10. That's Angel Maldonado's first catch of the game. Timeout called, and it does feel like San Diego feels the urgency they need to try and score here before the end of the half.
Yeah, absolutely. The urgency is certainly there. And it is. You'd like to get a touchdown, cut it back to a 7-point lead, and cut into that 2-score lead.
West to throw there, had to get it out quick because of pressure coming on the strong side there, but unfortunately just overthrows the receiver. I think that was Hunter Jacobs there out on the outside.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Anchorage really not afraid to keep bringing this pressure throughout the game tonight, DJ. We've seen a lot of 5- and 6-man pressures.
That we have, and Dakota West has done well at adjusting and being able to attack the open space, but sometimes it gets to them.
Money moves right side. Belmont shadows. The room there on the left. Beautiful. There's Terry Money. Actually, I thought he was on the right side, but it turns out he's on the left. And a great catch there. Second timeout called by San Diego on the 35-yard line. I think you'd have to be at the 30 to really start to feel comfortable about Josh Gint's field goal range, DJ.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I don't hate what they're doing here. If they feel confident enough in their kicker, in the range they'll be able to get to, then certainly try and get there. Just be careful with the ball.
It's a heavy set. Strong eye moves to weak eye. They'll hand it off up the middle there. Rex pushing forward and picks up 3. The final timeout of the half is called here for San Diego. 10 seconds left in the second quarter, trying to figure out if they can have maybe potentially. No, they won't go for one more shot. They're going to try and kick the 49-yard field goal for Josh Gint. Snap, hold, good. Kick right down the middle.
Bang.
It's got big. Wow. Great kick there by the rookie Josh Gint. Puts it through the uprights and cuts this lead down just a little bit. It'll only be an 11-point advantage for the home side headed into the lockers. And, man, I think he could have hit that from maybe like 51.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to feel great if you're a rookie.
I'd say that's longer than pretty much any field goal that we've seen in the major league so far this season, let alone the minor league. So, beautiful kick there for Josh Gint. Take a bow, number 3, as the kick will be brought out just from about the end zone. Elliott Pope Jr. tried to break one tackle, couldn't break the second. There's 1 second left in the half here, so Anchorage will have to run one more play before we reach halftime.
You know, and I'm curious to see the adjustments from San Diego coming into this half. If you look at their 2 previous losses on the season, both of them coming in the first 2 weeks of the season. The first to Birmingham, the second to Philadelphia. Both instances, San Diego was on the road, that first of which a 31-0 shutout. So I think it's really going to be able to see if they can establish themselves on a road win is what you'd like to see for them.
Pitch for Tim there, brought down for no gain. And that will close out the first half here. Anchorage is having a solid showing to start off this one, and they deservedly lead this game 17-6 at halftime. DJ, I mean, it feels like so far most of the momentum has been Anchorage, and it started on the ground, and then it kind of graduated into that air attack towards the end of the half.
Yeah, I mean, relying on your run and passing when you need to. It's a tale as old as time, and whenever you can do it successfully, things are going to be looking in your favor, as they are right now. looking at a 2-score ball game in the favor of Anchorage after a fantastic field goal from Mr. Gint. And you know, if you're Anchorage coming into the second half, I don't know about you, Brandon, but I feel like you just got to keep your ground game going, do what's working, eat at that clock slowly but surely. You're seeing it right now. Ant Tim, 10 attempts, 65 yards, and a touchdown. 6.5 per carry is just tremendous in a first half performance.
Yeah, very deserved player of the half there, and it really feels like, DJ, that the interception by Spider Webb was kind of the really critical point in terms of opening up that point gap. You know, they would have been in the lead probably anyways, but that interception into the touchdown drive, I think, really hurt in terms of San Diego keeping the game closer. As we reach the second half here, Anchorage will get the ball coming out of half as well, with a chance to re-add on to that lead there, as the kick is off the tee there, right at the goal line. Bobby Tarantino will bring it out of the end zone and flattened by Ness Genkel at the 26-yard line.
That's a hit. That's a way to wake you up after the half.
Oh, yeah. Eat some elbow right there. That was for sure. Whew. Well, here comes Mikael Pajak and this offense, and you mentioned it. I mean, Aunt Tim really has been the star so far tonight, and they'll look to continue leaning on him. I put my house on there being a pitcher. Yep. There it is. I saved my own house. Tim with the shake and picks up the first down. Man, he's been shifty so far tonight, TJ. We've seen that several times now. He wiggles those hips and gets that extra little bit of room.
He does. And again, the wide receivers on that side hold blocks so well. Bobby Tarantino held his on the inside, which was what let Aunt Tim cut back inside so seamlessly that the safety over the top had to be the one to meet him and just dragged him for a few extra.
I mean, anytime you can freeze 2 defenders with a little shimmy like that and pick up those extra yards has got to be good, as Osmosis will get 5 there. And, you know, it feels like the blocking is really coming to focus now, DJ. You see it again here. It feels like Osmosis in particular keeps getting a lot of those runs where there's 2 or 3 linemen on that second level putting blocks on linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
2nd and 5 now. They'll go with the heavy set here. 3 on the line. Tim up the middle there, picking it up. Man, Eaton Moss was there too, but just immediately got thrown down around Aunt Tim's ankles. And, you know, for a team that really is not actually using their real fullback, Chevy Monte Carlo, very much, Aunt Tim does a great fullback impression.
Certainly does. And it's not like Aunt Tim is a huge back. I mean, that guy is shifty and fast. I mean, the way he's running right now is scaring me, and I'm a good 50 feet away in the booth.
Oh, Parker just absolutely dusts his marker there. I think that was Genkel, and picks up a beautiful 7 yards there. You saw the spin move, a little bit of flair added in there on the inside cut. You know, it's all about the mind games, DJ.
I love it. Keep them on their feet. Keep them always guessing.
2nd and 3, already well past midfield now for Anchorage, inside the 40-yard line. They'll go with the sneak. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by Odette Boudreau. She had the sack earlier too, and now picks up the fumble there caused by number 58. I think that's Nick Rogers, the linebacker.
Right. Let's see.
Oh, man.
I can't see. There's a whole blob of people. I think you're right. I think it was Nick Rogers.
I think so.
I mean, they got away with it the first 2 times, but, you know, in some instances, when you run with your QB that much, you're going to get a fumble eventually. In some instances, I should say. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that's the risk. You know, you tip your hand a couple of times, and then the defense learns to key in on it. That might have been one of the halftime adjustments made there. Is oh man, Rex gets buried by Babineau.
Yeah.
Who else? Zachary Babineau has been all over tonight. You know, he's really has played sideline to sideline. Here at home, it feels like maybe, you know, the Arctic air is giving him a little bit of an extra charge.
Oh yeah, he's used to it up here in the north. I mean, yeah, that's one thing we didn't mention too about traveling all this way to play. Imagine the weather difference from San Diego to Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh, West. Oh, beautiful throw there, strong arming that one space, and Maldonado with his 2nd catch of the night there. And West, you know, if we've talked a lot about Pajak's throwing so far tonight, but West has really matched Pajak, you know, pretty much tit for tat.
Yeah, absolutely has.
2 tight ends set again here. They love this setup. They'll bring the pressure, but withstand it. And Buster's getting involved again there with a nice 9-yard catch. and really going to have to keep seeing him be involved heavily in this passing game if San Diego wants to bring this game back within reach, DJ.
Yeah, and you have one of your safeties chasing him down in coverage, trying to. Sometimes it's a linebacker, sometimes it's a safety trying to play behind him and catch up to him and make a hit while the ball is getting there over the middle, and that's where your tight end is going to thrive in contact like that.
Rex right side shut down by Coakley. A great tackle there by the outside linebacker, and what should have been probably an easy first down pick up on the 2nd and 1 turns into a 3rd and 1 instead.
Now I'm curious here if we see them go to one of those, because I imagine we're gonna see a lot of pressure come from the inside from Anchorage here. It looks like they are in a run package.
Babineau's well on the outside, though, on the left side there. They'll run it right side. Beautiful job by Rex to find the space and pick up that first down. Webb was there with the tackle, but I mean, that's what it's about, DJ. You go where your opponent is not protecting, and a great job there by the coaching staff for the Aces to find that gap in the coverage.
Yeah, terrific play call. I was going to suggest doing one of those over-the-middle throws, but that pitch works seemingly just as well.
West Maldonado again, and this connection is speeding up in this one. Maldonado's 3rd catch of the night, 2nd of the drive, and it feels like this offense all of a sudden is able to move it by hook or by crook.
Yeah, I mean, Dakota West and these pass catchers for San Diego are so successful on these inside routes, right? We're seeing posts, we're seeing in routes from Goose. I mean, it seems like once these San Diego's receivers get that step, make that cut inside, Dakota West knows just where to place the ball for them to get a hand on it.
Oh, hammered in the backfield, and it's out and recovered by Chad McPherson. Going the opposite way, 20, 15, 10. They won't catch him. It's a touchdown for the Wolves. Huge hit on Dakota West, and Chad McPherson pounces the Wolf pack with the big hit. They strike back.
The Wolves doing what Wolves do. They circle and attack. We see the pressure. The hit from Bobby Green made hard. And McPherson just scoops it up like a vulture and takes it back the other way. Burrito, just no chance you're able to catch the former linebacker, now edge rusher that plays up in Chicago.
We'll have to see if there's a challenge flag here, and there will be.
I agree with it.
Thrown by Dondes Talacarne here, the head coach for the Aces. And yeah, I think we see a lot of ambiguity in these calls here. Was the arm moving forward? Was it not? As usual, Tom Brady's done irreparable damage to football and the rules of society there. Oh man, talk about a hit though. Bobby Green. Yeah, Bobby Green with a beautiful hit there. You got to respect it at the very least, but I'm not entirely sure. This could go either way.
It could. Like I said, flip a coin. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer and mention it after the very exciting play, but we'll hear what the Zebras have to say.
Well, I have to bring us back down to earth, DJ. It's my job. I'm the downer. Ruling on the field overturned. And McPherson put in the cardio for nothing.
Get him a mask.
Dondes Talacarne and that San Diego team has got to be very, very happy about that call, because that keeps them in this game. That could have been the crushing final nail in the coffin there for San Diego's hopes in this one.
Yeah.
Instead, 2nd and 10, still just outside of the red zone here, and they get a second chance at this drive. Pitch outright for Rex. Puts one in the turf and picks up the first down. That's a great run there by Caleb Rex, who has flashed tonight so far, DJ.
Yeah, I mean, ran with some anger in favor of Dakota West there. You said, you hit my quarterback, I'm going to hit you, putting Terrence Newman in a grave. They ran it away from Bobby Green, understandably so, but found a target of his own.
Trying to match on Tim tonight as West will go with the quick pass there. Oh, that one accepted off the feet of number 41. What a play there by Terrence Newman, the corner. I think we're going to have to see that one again, because I'm not sure if that hit the turf or not.
Oh my goodness.
What a play by the corner. Beautiful
down. Bounces off of the calf muscle of the receiver, and then the same corner that bats it down dives and catches it. Talk about a play of the season off of the corner who just got destroyed.
Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me, DJ. You've got to be kidding me. John Osmosis picks up 6 from the fullback spot there. Ooh. That might be one of the best defensive plays I've seen in my entire time in the league, let alone this season. Beautiful job there from Newman to follow his own tip there. And again, you know, these teams purchasing those juggle machines at a rate of knots. Oh, man, take a breath, folks. That was a whirlwind series of plays there. Anchorage gets their turnover in the end. Does not get the touchdown along with it, unfortunately, for Jab McPherson. Pajak with all kinds of time could write a book. Hightower. Beautiful job there in the 3-on-1 coverage, and he comes up trumps. Beautiful, beautiful catch by Joey Hightower.
Yeah, I'd say after that one, they can give him a break on the previous drops because that was a gorgeous catch. Oh. Not to mention the tremendous throw. That looked like a keyhole that one was targeted to. You had the 2 safeties shading behind him trying to catch up, and the other defensive back coming over the top to meet them there. I mean, that was like threading a needle. There was no other place that ball could have gone.
Osmosis will get the pitch out of the shotgun there. Gets nothing on that right side. A good response by Williams and the defense to get out there quick. But yeah, it feels like Pajak right now really is able to put it where he wants it at will. Yeah. A beautiful throw. I mean, oh
what
man.
A game.
I gotta take some breaths here. Calm down in the booth. We're getting overexcited. We're grabbing onto each other. It's getting a bit crazy up here as Pajak will drop back to throw on the second down. The offensive line continues to give him all the time in the world. And Bobby Tarantino with the one-handed catch now. It really feels like the big top is in town, DJ. We're getting all kinds of circus catches.
Yeah, circus catches, crazy plays, anything you could ask for some Thursday evening football. This is where you should be on your Thursday night.
Absolutely. The NFL, who? We're about the SFLm here, folks. Thank you for tuning in to this game. It's been awesome. Lovely to see you all in the chat. Mike O'Neill, Mark Lopez, Ryan Davis, Michael Goodman, Iggy Turner. Good to see everybody in the chat enjoying the game tonight. It's been a great one. Draw play there on the first down to Tim will pick up 3. Haven't seen too much of him in this half, to be honest, DJ. It really feels like the focus has shifted to Pajak.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks to be that way. And I mean, with how he's been throwing it, I don't blame them in the slightest.
Mark Lopez asking for the Retroid nice hands catch of the game, so I'll read it out for him. That was the nice hands catch of the game. Not by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands. Play the only video game with your players in it, SFL 4K23. We're not sponsored anymore. I made the mistake of making that read in the majors a couple of weeks ago, and Cam killed me in the booth after the game. This is a little behind-the-scenes information for you folks out there. But
that was the best of us.
You know, the great thing about it is that he's not here right now. Nope. We've got Alex West in the truck tonight doing the stuff for us, and I'm sure that he doesn't mind. Hopefully, Alex, if you're gonna kill me, please do it off air later.
As they say, ask for forgiveness before permission, my friend.
Exactly. Sing in motion there. Tim with the fullback run there, and that one shut down well by number 58. That I think is Coakley there, or Nick Rogers rather. Oh my God. Oh my God. We've been invaded. Our producer has broken down the door. Alex West, folks. Oh, touchdown. Oh. Beautiful job by Campbell, the backup tight end, to bring that one in. That was a great catch there. Or rather, wait a minute. Hang on. I'm reading the wrong roster sheet. Have I lost someone? What's going on here? Number 82. Who is that? Campbell.
Some mystery man.
A man has snuck onto the field. A man has snuck onto the field.
Play.
Put on a uniform and scored a touchdown here for Anchorage. Either way, touchdown. The one that was chalked off at Jab McPherson. The offense gets it back for him, and it'll be 24-6, pending the extra point by Joe Garfield, which is up and through the uprights here. 1:47 to go in the third quarter. Man, we need to get a grip on things, DJ. This game is getting out of control.
It does. I mean, we're getting people we don't even know who they are. We're seeing touchdown. I mean, I don't know what's going on. We got deep threats coming in now, and as the lights start to skyrocket now, Brandon, I'd start to worry.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I mean, you
know, past double digits now.
People love to watch. People love to watch catastrophes, DJ.
They do, and that is what it would be.
Yeah, I know. We got producers breaking down our doors in the booth and everything here. It's chaos in the booth tonight as that one's brought out to pass the, I think, past the 30-yard line. Yes, indeed, by Hunter Jacobs. San Jose will get the ball back here in Dakota West. You know, it feels like just a case of close but no cigar for him so far tonight. Every time it feels like they're building up the momentum, there's an interception at the end of it. And I mean, last time it was an absolutely out of this world play by Terrence Newman. We'll have to see if they can replicate that again, or if this offense can finally get rewarded and hit pay dirt, because they still don't have a touchdown yet, DJ.
They do not. And, you know, with how well some of these drives have been for them, and that one just to no man's land, with how successful some of these drives have been, it seems like they just get stagnant, right? Small mistakes carve them up right now. That's what we're seeing out of this offense. That's the story.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's kind of, you know, it's a game of inches, DJ. It's all about the fine margins and being able to make them work in your favor here as West will go back to the air, second down. The pocket holds up in time, and Busters is found for the 7-yard gain. Whew. Gotta take a breath.
Yeah, they're going back to what had worked previously, attack in the middle of the field with their tight end. And it seems like they've kind of shied away from that as they go back to that well. And there's still a little bit of water in it.
3rd and 3, strong eye joker set here for San Diego.
Oh.
West going down the middle of the field there. That one, the hands of Webb. And unfortunately for the safety, cannot get his second interception of the night. It'll be a 4th and 3 and a punt situation upcoming here for the Aces.
That one way off the mark there, but I don't blame him. The pressure was there. Jad McPherson was about to lay a devastating hit onto Dakota West, and just was thrown nowhere near the receiver in question. Like I said, the pressure was there, and we've seen Anchorage do that all night now. So much pressure in the face of West, and I'd argue that's what is causing some of their misfortune offensively.
Well, I think it's always hard, you know, DJ, to come back from that last drive. You know, you got hammered, put the ball on the turf potentially, you know, which leads to a touchdown, and then you have to go through the whole review process. You're sitting there wondering, you know, did I just give up the game essentially? Then you get the ball back and you end up throwing an interception anyways.
Yeah,
you know, if that's kind of a hard sequence to shake out of your head.
it is. Yeah.
Tim with the fullback carry there, brought down for no gain. He's just shy of a 100-yard game here tonight, and it feels like he's struggling now as the game's gone on, actually. Usually we see running backs get more and more room as the game goes on. It feels like in this one they're getting less and less.
Yeah, I do agree with you there as they start to spread their offense out a little bit more. It could be the culprit, but I bet this run will get some success.
Well, if it does, it'll be for John Osmosis there on that run. They will pitch, and buried in the backfield. No yardage to be found there, and Dondas Telecarne trying to keep his team in it. And 3rd down and 10 now for Anchorage. You know, speaking of Anchorage, this is completely unrelated to the game at hand. I just want to make that note before I say this, but looking at the bench here, you know, one of these names stands out to me. Tight end Jason Witten. Man. Oh, great tight end from the days back with the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry, it's completely unrelated to the game at hand here. As Kevin Parker with a beautiful catch will pick up the 1st down on the 3rd down there. Great throw by Pajak to keep things moving as we hit the end of this 3rd quarter. And Anchorage will look to put this game away here in the 4th. At the end of 3, Anchorage in the lead, 24-6 over San Diego. We'll be right back with you for the conclusion of this one. And welcome back to Anchorage. Brandon Walters alongside DJ Kilgannon in the booth. And apparently a surprise cameo from Alex West doing his best Jack Nicholson impression, busting down our door. Have you ever been to Anchorage, DJ?
Can't say I have. I have a friend that was born there, though.
Nice. I have, actually. It's a very
have
city. It is, yeah. As Tim will get the pitch there on the left side, and we'll pick up 8. You know, the funny thing is it's actually not as cold as you might think in the summertime. It usually sits around the 60s to 70 degrees in the summer there, because it's kind of in a little bowl there up against the mountains and the ocean. So you get a little bit of that the heat concentrating.
Got mid-50s here now as we see on to mid the century mark. Some drops of rain start to fill the area, and That's not too bad. You know, it's a nice cool breeze.
Pajak with the carry there. Hangs on to it that time. You got to get your heart. Yeah, you got to pull your heart down from your throat there if you're an Anchorage fan there, because Pajak did put it on the ground the last time he tried that quarterback sneak. Not so this time. He does pick up the first down and keeps this drive moving very smoothly indeed past the 40-yard line of San Diego now, as he'll move Sanj Singh in motion to the right side. 5 wideouts, no one in the backfield here for Pajak. 3-man rush all the time in the world. Parker was wide open there, and he should walk it in. He will. Touchdown for Anchorage. That's the final nail in the coffin. You can see Parker doing the work himself there with the hammer and nails, and that is a great touchdown there. A good reward for Parker. His second of the game, I believe, and that will make it a very, very big lead here for the Wolves.
I mean, you see Genkel try and play some press. Once Kevin Parker beat that press, Genkel was just nowhere close to being able to catch up. The safety that was over the top just had to try and chase him down. After that, it was just too far gone. This extra point going to come across, if it is made, going to be a 25-point deficit now for San Diego.
That's the risk you take when you play that zone defense, DJ. You know, if you get past the second level is usually so far back and so far central that if you can beat it on the outside there, you know, you're going to have all kinds of room to stretch towards the pylon, just like Kevin Parker did right there.
Yeah, and, you know, we're seeing it. San Diego had by far the most dominant win this SFLm season against the former champion San Jose Flight. However, they also had the most demoralizing defeat, being shut out in week, or I believe it was week 1. They're a very home dominant team. It reminds me of the team we have in the SFL, and you know they're just so dominant at home, and they struggle when they're playing away from their fans. It seems.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of these teams really do feed on their fans. It's hard sometimes.
I understand it. Yeah.
It's hard sometimes if you're a fan to really understand the kind of level of connection that you actually have with the team. But really, I think a lot of these teams feed off of this home fan energy. And, you know, Anchorage certainly doing so tonight here as they have absolutely run away with this one. An interception there. Eric Belmont will get his hands on the ball and bring it in immediately. And Dakota West, his third interception of the game. And really, it feels like just nothing's going right tonight.
Yeah, and that was one of the few throws we've seen from West in this offense go away from the middle of the field, and it resulted in an interception from Belmont, who seemed to be playing the zone in that area. Tried to attack what would have been a corner route, threw it a little bit too early. Belmont was just all over it.
1st and 10 now, already past the 30-yard line at the 27. They'll pitch to Tim, who gets shut down immediately after only a gain of 1. It really feels like this defense has dialed into those toss plays, DJ. They've had nowhere near the same amount of success that they did in the first half with that.
No, certainly not. It seems most of their stuff has been from the pass.
We'll have to see if Pajak can make some more magic happen here on the 2nd and 9. Bunch to his left. One back in the backfield. That'll be osmosis. 3 down linemen here for San Diego, so not too much pressure you'd expect. They will hand it off, and Tim with all kinds of room there. And that's the kind of box you get when you only get 3 down linemen. You can really make things happen.
Yeah, and there we go, starting to get the run game involved. It had to be one of your corners from the outside, making their way into the middle of the defense to finally hit on Tim after a huge gain, and they're going to throw a challenge.
Yeah, Coach Donis Telecarne wants a challenge there on the spot of that ball. I'm not exactly too sure what the benefit here would be, because it was a first down play, or was it? I think that was a second down play. It's a second down play. Yeah. But I mean, the difference between a second and or a 1st and 10 and a 3rd and 1 here is not going to be too much, especially because you know Pajak's just going to go with the quarterback sneak anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to get called back. I think. I mean, it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1, maybe 2. But even then, with how they've ran the ball, and I mean, they're well within field goal range. I mean, it's successful, so I mean, there's not much to critique, but risky, I'd say, because if that failed, you lose a timeout in a game that's already looking scary.
Well, it's 3rd and inches now, and I mean, you're either going to see Tim carry it from that fullback spot there, or Pajak is just going to take it himself up the middle here. But I think you're going to see on Tim on the fullback dive up the middle here. We'll have to see if Anchorage can make the room up the middle there. And it's really not too hard for them there.
God.
Tim breaking tackles past the 5-yard line, right down at about the 3. And a beautiful carry there by the leading rusher tonight, who has had a very, very efficient game. I mean, we're going to get a look at the stats here. 19 carries for 122 yards and a touchdown. And I mean, what, the yards after contact at this point has got to be over like probably 70. Been a very productive night for the number 1 tailback for the Wolves. As Pajak will throw here on the first down, dump it off to that right side. Chevy Monte Carlo, stiff arm, steps out. Had the touchdown open there and can't find the room. There's a mystery man. Campbell was on the field again there. Couldn't set the block up just right.
He had been asking for touches. He gets it, and it was just shy of the touchdown. So close.
I was going to say, we could hear him from the booth being like, Coach, we're up 25. I want some carries. And he gets the touch there and then walks out of bounds. That's not going to make any friends among the coaching staff there, as Zachary Babineau puts, or not Zachary Babineau, that's the other team. That's number 54. I think that was Nick Rogers, actually, number 58 there, putting the hit on Pajak there on the quarterback sneak. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line for fullback dive on Tim with the beautiful arcing dive into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the game. Anchorage is pouring it on.
They are indeed doing a lot of chewing of that clock as they can. About maybe just shy of 3 minutes off the clock from that very short field drive. You like to see that from them, as you're going to push the lead now to 32 with this extra point now. San Diego the other way, just got to, they want a touchdown. I mean, I think that at this point you're not going to win.
Yeah.
But you know, a touchdown would be nice.
Yeah, I think getting Dakota West back into the groove a little bit and not getting an interception, I think, is probably the first order of business. And if you can get a touchdown, all the better for heading into their next game next week. As the game is 38-6 now in favor of the home side Anchorage Wolves over the Aces. Still 6:48 left in this game, so plenty of time for San Diego to try some more things here on the offensive side of things, but hopefully they can keep the ball out of Anchorage's hands as much as possible. As Money will bring it up to the 30-yard line, and we'll call out Dakota West on this offense again. 3 interceptions for West. Had a little bit of a spark at times with Goose Busters, with Angel Maldonado, but just hasn't been able to be consistent enough. It really feels like the most consistent player on the team this game has been Caleb Rex, or the halfback. But obviously, with the game situation being what it is, you can't really rely on that kind of a halfback run in this kind of situation.
Yeah, you're completely right.
West will throw on the first down. Pressure from the inside, brought down immediately there by number 99 for Anchorage. That is Willie Blade there with the sack. The 2nd or 3rd of the game, I should say. And that'll make it a 2nd and 13 for San Diego.
You're just beating the guard off the outside step. And you come at a guard that quickly as he plays off his back foot, tries to extend on you, and you hit him hard enough, it's going to be easy to break off of that block. Saw Blade do it there, and that blade drives further into the chest of these San Diego Aces.
Goose Busters in motion to the right side there. That's been the one big mismatch for this team so far tonight, and currently not really covered here. West with time will roll out, tucks it. Babineau unleashes the hit after a gain of 1 there, and West able to get back up after that one, but a little bit more punishment from the linebacker, who has been everywhere tonight for Anchorage.
Yeah, we haven't seen any picks or any crazy stat jump off the sheet, but he's just been playing some fundamental linebacker football, Brandon.
Oh yeah, I mean, you and I both know it, DJ, and we love it.
Yep, we do. Taking notes.
Doesn't always get appreciated in the stat sheet, but you know it when you see it. As Dakota West will go back to throw here. Tuck and run again there. That time had a bit more. And met Bobby Green there, who forced the not fumble earlier on in the game there. But will stop Dakota West short of the first down. It's a 4th and 2, and the punt crew
Wow.
will come out.
I don't know about you, but I can't believe that. I hope this is a fake.
I hope so too, because that'd be very fun. But I don't think it will be, and it won't be. Murphy puts it away deep down the field, received at about the 25-yard line. Tackle shaken by Pope Jr. there. He brings it past the 35 up to the 36. And Anchorage now getting the ball, almost certainly just going to look to try and get the clock drained and get out of here with this win. You know, no point in risking any further injuries or anything crazy like that happening. So just, take the points, take the win, and get out of here.
I got to say, Brandon, this may be the most exciting 32-point blowout I've ever watched. Because this game has been a fireworks show.
Yeah, and I think it helps that, the blowout only really set in the 4th quarter. So we had 3 quarters of tight football to go before that, as Tim will pick up 6. And, man, he's so versatile, DJ. You see him in the halfback slot on the outside with the pitches, and then you see him move into that fullback slot up the middle there, and he's just making it happen tonight everywhere.
Yeah, and, we saw his production get slowed as this half started, and now that they're in a position where they need to chew the clock, we're going to see it come back into fruition a lot more. He's going to be the focal point of this offense.
I'm sure Chevy Monte Carlo is still chatting his coach's ears off. There he is, picking up the first down and getting
down by
ripped
the mask.
down. Yeah, eating moss there with a face mask. You cannot do that. A little bit of a regrettable play there early on or late on in this one. They'll call it incidental contact, so it won't be too bad for San Diego. And, good to know that he hopefully at least didn't mean to bring him down by the face mask there. Chevy Monte Carlo getting some more carries here in this game. We saw him on the sideline asking for more from his coaches, and it seems like he's getting more here towards the end of this one. Tim up the middle, shakes the tackle from Powers and picks up 6. And it really does feel like one of the running backs decides the first tackle's not going to bring me down. You have to get the second contact.
Yeah, you can't pull the big Chevy down by the grill, or these other backs are going to make you pay for it.
Oh, yeah. Got to defend your guys,
That's right.
2nd and 4 here from the 40-yard line of San Diego for Anchorage. Time slipping out of the hourglass here bit by bit. We're under 4 minutes now in this one. Pajak will throw. Time in the pocket, down the field, Hightower. Really, I feel like we talked about earlier, atoning for some of the drops early on in this one, and it feels like he's done that and more, really.
For sure. Yeah, we saw the huge catch earlier in the tight coverage. That time, a beautiful route that developed downfield. Did a nice job holding on to the ball, fully focusing on the catch before he focused on anything else. Took the hit and, secured it. Now you're well downfield, and you can chew the clock some more.
Pajak has had a quietly beautiful game tonight, DJ. 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The only blemish on his record tonight is that fumble from the quarterback sneak earlier on in the game. But, his passer rating sitting at 144 right now. It's been an excellent demonstration here by the shot caller for the Wolves tonight as he hands it off to Tim and lets him get those tough yards up the middle for 7.
Just chewing the clock. That's all you got to do at this point. The Wolves got big teeth. They're using it, pulling away meat bit by bit on the carcass that is the Aces.
Under 3 minutes left to go now. 2:45 in this one. And Anchorage content to sit in the huddle and really just let this play clock drain here as Tim with 140 yards in this one, 2 touchdowns on just 23 carries, has been the bell cow back that this team needed to see this game out. Should be the final play before the 2-minute warning here. And Pajak will sneak it and slide this time. A little bit of, you can see the gears turning in his head, a little bit of that added extra intelligence coming into play there for Pajak as he takes the first down and gets down safely here for this 2-minute warning call coming up in just a moment.
Yeah, they get their freebie.
2 minutes left in this one here, folks. Anchorage is going to get out of here, win, but don't head any. Almost done. Brendan Walters alongside DJ Kilgannon in the booth with you tonight here in Anchorage. Alex West, our producer, and SFLm commissioner extraordinaire, pushing the buttons for us. to get this thing out on the airwaves and over to you folks tonight in your homes. As Tim will pick up another 8 yards there. And San Diego calling their first timeout of the half. It feels like one of those situations, you know, it's kind of already over, to be honest.
Especially with when they punted earlier.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to accept defeat. I thought the white flag was out. I guess not.
Not just yet, but maybe they want to give Tim a chance at that touchdowns. As he'll push up the middle there. There it is. That's 3 tonight for Tim. An excellent performance by the #1 tailback here for Anchorage, and the Wolves are running rampant tonight. They've broken down the fences. They're in among the flock, and they get to feast to their heart's content tonight.
They do, and I thought they were going to get the oil change done on the sideline and get that Chevy into the end zone, but Ryan Davis clearly has another agenda at play as the Aunt Tim living in the end zone right now. He could build a picket fence, a nice house, have a wife, kids there, and he'd be happy.
Generations of the Tim family being raised in that end zone tonight. Here is Garfield. Will put the extra point through the uprights, 45-6, with just under 2 minutes left to go in this one. And Anchorage making those stat sheets look even better here tonight, as the Aces will get one more chance here to try and finally get that elusive touchdown, DJ. I think that's even what the home fans at this point are rooting for. You know, I want, you know, one touchdown for San Diego. Well, maybe not the home fans, not rooting for that, but we are at least in the booth.
Yeah, I don't know who wants to get off the field more now at this point. I don't know if it's Anchorage so that they can go celebrate in the streets with their fans, or if it's San Diego so they can get out.
So they can get to the airport and get the hell out as soon as possible. I agree. Yeah. Well, from the 36-yard line here, 1 minute, 49 seconds, and 2 timeouts are what Dakota West and this Aces offense has to work with. And they're hoping to draw a royal flush at this point, because it feels like that's the only way they're going to get a touchdown, as Busters picks up the beautiful first down there. And he has been the one real bright spot in this passing attack so far tonight, DJ.
He has. He's their ace of spades at this point up their sleeve. He's really all they have going for him. Other than that, Caleb Rex has been solid. But it gets to a point when you look at the scoreboard and you're down this much that you can't really use your back.
Yeah. Speaking of ace of spades, I just heard Lemmy Kilmister screaming from the grave as West throws the 4th interception of the night. And that one picked off by Julian Gasca, his first interception of the night. And it really feels like this entire backfield now is getting in on the act here. We've had one for Spiderweb, one for Belmont, one for Gasca, and one for Terrence Newman. And that makes up the 4 tonight, as the ball is spotted right on that midfield logo. And we should see the victory formation come out here for these Anchorage Wolves. Not yet, no. No, they need one more first down, and that will seal the game here.
There he is.
Pajak will throw. Time in the pocket, looking deep down the field there. Wow. Joey Hightower dots the I's and crosses the T's on his game tonight. And Pajak might be trying to get like 300 yards here or something. Maybe there's something in his contract. Maybe he gets a bonus, as Hightower gets over 100 yards receiving. Congratulations to Joey. And now they'll come out in the victory and kneel this one out. And DJ, we saw a lot from everyone here tonight for Anchorage in particular. You know, it felt like everyone had something to contribute to this this great win for the Wolves.
Yep, they did. I'll be starting a non-profit after this game, the Get Chevy a Touchdown Foundation. If you could check that out, the link will be in the bio. But I mean, man, in this game, it just seemed like total domination for Anchorage. The first half was, dare I say, a little bit stagnant. I mean, they still had a 2-possession lead, but they just weren't. Maybe stagnant isn't even the right word, considering they still played terrifically. It just they were on a whole nother level in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt like, you know, that defense really decided that the second half was time to ball hawk and shut down what they'd seen in the first half. It must have been a case of some kind of adjustments in the locker room, because to go from that tight first half that we had to the blowout here in the second, it feels like one team made the adjustments and one team maybe didn't, or their adjustments played right into the hands of Anchorage here. 30 seconds left to go in this one. We'll see one more kneel down from Pajak. and this Wolves offense. And that will close out this game here. A beautiful all-rounder performance. Everyone in Anchorage can take a bow. Their home fans, I'm sure, will give them a standing ovation, and the streets will be flooded with blue and black here tonight in the most northern state of the great US of A. As this one draws to a close, 45-6, your final score. Anchorage puts the hurt on San Diego and escapes to make it 3-2 on the season. You know, again, this is really a critical game, DJ, when we talk about those records. You know, this could potentially be the start of a big run here for Anchorage, trying to set themselves up for the playoffs. And if you're San Diego, you're going to have some kind of a rebound from a game like this.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, it's got to bounce back. Something's got to change on the road. I mean, bring their parents with them, bring their kids with them. I don't know. Just make them feel more at home, because at this point, these home teams have been dominant. Again, it's another rough loss for them, and Anchorage was just firing on all cylinders. Aunt Tim played phenomenally, 150 with 3 touchdowns. I mean, Joey Hightower really improved after his drop. Zachary Babineau and the whole defense. I don't even know where a game ball should go. I guess I give it to the hat trick Aunt Tim had.
That's fair. I mean, I was trying to figure that out. I got to go Miko Pajak, because, you know, a great performance by the signal caller here, spreading the ball around and getting his whole team involved. And, you know, not making any mistakes, too. He had the one fumble, but beyond that, you know, he played a very clean game. And that's really the difference here in these kind of games, DJ. You know, if you can keep things clean on your end, then you can walk out of here with a very, very nice win. As we'll get through the final defensive stats here for the night. Also, a quick shout out to the rookie kicker, Josh Gint, for hitting that 49-yarder. I mean,
nailed it.
Talk about, or 50.
50.
It's marked on the sheet here. Beautiful job there for the rookie.
Lines, yeah, like that.
That's what he does best. You know, that's why he's producer extraordinaire.
The GOAT.
Oh man. Well, for producer extraordinaire Alex West and DJ Kilgannon, I'm Brandon Walters saying so long, folks. We'll see you in week 6.